Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to something perhaps a bit different from what I normally do. Now, I have done Company of Heroes 2 videos in the past, but I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe this is the first time I've done a video showing off somebody else's replay. I believe so. So this is my first time using the Company of Heroes 2 replay system, so I do apologize if I don't really know what I'm doing, but I will do my best. So, we are going to be watching a battle between Frosch 1 as the Wehrmacht and Arius as the Soviet Union here that you can see. So this video could be a little bit of just kind of deciding how things work in the battle replay system. You can see that this battle, of course, is a victory point, 500 points mission. I'm pretty sure this was a ranked match, a quick battle, if I am remembering correctly. You can see both of them are moving in. Arius is capturing this first victory point now. He's leaving it, though, with his... oh, no, he's going to leave his combat engineer squad here, it looks like. And it looks like the Wehrmacht is going to be ignoring that. You can also see the build order in the top left and the top right. So you can see that the Wehrmacht has some grenadiers, some pioneers, excuse me, and... my goodness, my chair's stuck. Yes, of course. And then he's also got an MG team. And Arius, on the other hand, has only spawned in 2 conscripts and then his engineer group. I can't remember what they're actually called. What are they called? Combat engineer squads. Yes, that's all they're called. So you can see the stats, the money down here as well. Arius had a lot more. But it does look like he has built... He spent some money on something there, because he is lower in money now, even though the Wehrmacht now has two grenadiers and an MG team, which is going to be more money. I'm not sure what he would have spent that money on, though. Can we see what he's building here? He's building the Molotov package, and he built the field infirmary, which is smart. You can see here that the Germans are capturing this victory point, and they do have the southern victory point as well. Arius is currently assaulting both of them with conscript squads. This conscript squad has garrisoned itself. It looks like it is going to push back the engineers. I don't know if the conscript squad can take on the grenadiers here, though. It looks like he tried to use a Molotov cocktail. Hard to say how much damage it did. We didn't really get to see it. But it looks like neither of them have lost one of their original infantry units. Although this could... I think the conscripts would lose this. Yeah, the conscripts would have lost this if he would have kept them there any longer. He did weaken them, though, and they're going to have to go back as well. Back to HQ. Looks like he is now going to build a sandbag fighting position here for the Soviets as he's capturing this area. So now the Soviet Union controls 2 of the victory points, and the Wehrmacht controls 1. It looks like the Soviet Union is now building their own Maxim heavy machine gun squad here. It'll be interesting to see who starts fielding the first heavy units here, but okay, so now we have another conscript squad going up against grenadiers here. Looks like they're both putting their men into positions. We got some behind sandbags here. Looks like Arius couldn't quite decide where he wanted to put them. He was going to put them back here. You can kind of see there's some spots, but it looks like he's going to put them here. But the grenadiers do have more cover. They have the full cover versus the half cover. Conscript squads do have the advantage of numbers over grenadiers, but the grenadiers are better stat-wise. You can see that the grenadiers are managing to knock out these conscripts slowly. Oh, and he's got another grenadier squad that just garrisoned itself inside this building. So yeah, this conscript squad is going to be heading back. I'm kind of curious. He doesn't have anybody holding this position. He did just put a machine... Oh, his Maxim machine gun just arrived, where his conscripts just died. Apparently, for some reason they're not shooting at these garrisoned. Yeah, they weren't shooting at this garrisoned grenadiers unit, but it looks like he's going to reposition up farther north where he can fight this grenadier group, probably right along this fence, I would guess. Oh, maybe. Yeah. That will knock out these grenadiers. He should pull them back. Yep, they are going back now. This grenadier squad is flanking though. They do have an MG42 as part of their squad composition, so that gives them some pretty good firepower against infantry. Pretty good flank there, but I don't know if he's going to be able to use it completely, because it looks like now that this Maxim heavy machine gun is garrisoned and pointed his direction, it's going to do some pretty good damage. Oh, he managed to shoot the building up though. That looked like it hurt. He's still going to have to retreat though, especially now that oh, looks like we have some Panzer Grenadiers here versus some conscript infantry, although the conscript infantry is falling back. I really like the Panzer Grenadiers myself when playing. I like that they can be upgraded with the Panzer Shreks. Oh, and he's got an MG42 heavy machine gun there hiding in the bush. I wonder if it has been upgraded. Hard to say. Okay, so now the Soviet Union controls 1 point, and the other 2 points are being... 1 point is being captured by the Wehrmacht, and the other point is open. We have a conscript infantry squad moving in to capture it, though. And the Soviet Union has built a mortar team now, as well as... Yes, they have their 2 conscript infantry squads. They have a mortar team, Maxim heavy machine gun, 1 combat engineer, and they just built some of these shock troops here. Looking pretty awesome with their chest plate and their PPSHs. They come in a pretty big squad size too, actually. I didn't realize that. I thought they came in a regular squad size, but it looks like he's sending them to reinforce the north here. We'll be curious to see if Arya starts sending anything down south to deal with these Panzer Grenadiers, because they're kind of on a capturing spree now. They're going to come up here and capture this. Oh, here we go. We got a Maxim machine gun and a conscript squad heading in to head them off. That would not be something fun for the Panzer Grenadiers to have to deal with. Conscript squads are always best when supported by something else as well, but with the Molotov cocktails, they can harass enemies pretty well. Ooh, he might lose this Panzer Grenadier. Oh no, he's gonna get it out of the way soon enough. Maybe. Yeah, he's gonna get it out there. If he had lost that, that would have been a pretty big blow. Okay, so we got shock troops up here. Looks like they've been engaged. Yeah, we got a one-star Grenadier here with their MG42. They are not in cover, though, although he just moved his shock troops out of cover. Oh, to throw a grenade. Nice. Boom. Oh, that did a lot of damage. He almost killed it. But he is going to retreat so he doesn't lose that shock trooper unit, because it is an expensive unit of infantry. But he's still got conscripts up here capturing things. And he is down here capturing things with conscripts. And so at almost the 10-minute mark, 1 minute off the 10-minute mark, you can see that the Wehrmacht has been bled down to 395 points, and the Soviet Union has been bled down to 493. So the Soviet Union is in the lead currently. And he's managed to flank this MG42 team with his conscripts, which is good. Apparently, the Wehrmacht player, Frosh1, hasn't seen this yet. Oh, now he has. Now he's moving them. He's trying to reposition him. Nope, he's going to retreat. But he does flank the conscripts with some grenadiers, which is a pretty good play there. Oh, but they're about to get Molotoved. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. If you have some munitions, those cocktails can really turn a kind of cheap group of conscripts into relatively effective anti-infantry groups. You can see this group's already got 2 stars, but they've just been flanked by Panzer Grenadiers now, so they are going to have to fall back. Yeah, the Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers are going to push them out. Up here again, we still have some conscripts trying to capture some stuff. Let's see, has anybody built anything new and exciting yet? So apparently the Wehrmacht have built their first mortar group as well. They now have 2 Panzer Grenadiers. One up here capturing this victory point, and one moving in to, it looks like, assist this other Panzer Grenadier. Other than that, I don't think either side has lost a unit yet, but yeah, I think everybody's still using the same units they start out with. Looks like these Panzer Grenadiers are in range of the Soviet mortar crew. They're going to take some hits here, and this is a good use for these guys, for these shock troops. They are absolutely devastating at close range. You don't want to have to engage very low. Oh, there we go. That's the first unit actually destroyed. That's the Panzer Grenadier. These shock troopers absolutely destroyed them up close. The Panzer Grenadiers are not terrible up close because of their STG 44s. They have fully automatic fire, but they're better at mid-range, and they don't have the numbers that the shock troopers do. And so I think he might lose another one. Yeah, he's bullying him right here. Arias is really trying to get that second kill. He got it. Boom, there he goes. So that is 2 Panzer Grenadiers that this shock trooper unit has destroyed, which is really good. He needs to be careful with them now, though. Okay, he's getting them out. So he now has a 2-star shock trooper unit. That is really good. And he has destroyed 2 of the Wehrmacht units, which will give him a little bit of a lead there. You can see that the Soviets here have created their first armored unit, the T-70 light tank. I'm actually a little bit surprised we haven't seen any other vehicles up until this point. I kind of expected some sort of light armored vehicle, but it does look like this T-70 is going to do some damage, though, because nothing on the field yet is anti-vehicle. Neither player has purchased... Oh, this player has purchased a... Yeah, the Wehrmacht now has a half-track out on the field, but the T-70 would destroy that, so he's got to be careful. But neither team has anything anti-armor yet. Maybe they have their abilities, but nothing specifically anti-armor. The Panzer Grenadiers weren't able to upgrade to Panzerschrecks before they were killed, and neither player is fielding any anti-tank or anti-armor guns. But the Wehrmacht have managed to recapture 2 points. I don't know how long that's going to last. We have, of course, these conscripts moving up now. And then the T-70 here looks like it's going in to harass the enemy. He's actually getting really close to the base here. He gets hit by some of these grenadiers, but he is going for it. Man, he's pushing right into the base. Yeah, he goes straight into the base, and he wastes the 3rd unit of this match to be destroyed. The Wehrmacht unit, you can see are building a anti-tank gun now. But that was a really good play on Arias's part here. A little bit risky, not knowing what the enemy player was building, but of course we knew, and we knew there wasn't really anything that could have stopped it, unless a lot of these grenadiers had some good shots. But he has taken a couple of shots from the, what are they called? The anti-tank launchers that the grenadiers can use, as well as sustained fire from machine guns have lowered it pretty substantially. As you can see, its engine is low, but I think it is going to get out. And this gave the Soviet Union a really good push. As you can see, he's now up against the Wehrmacht's base, capturing this point here, building a fighting position. Oh, he's got his second T-70 now. It doesn't look like this game is going to be going into the later game phase. It's hard to say. We're at 14 minutes now. 15 minutes, and the Wehrmacht have bled down to 325, and the Soviets are at 469, holding pretty steady. Oh, he's charging this T-70 in, but he's going to... So... These light tanks, it's not always a bad idea, as you can see, if you're managing them pretty well to do maneuvers like that against anti-tank guns, because they can circle around the anti-tank guns before the anti-tank guns can really have a great effect back. He took one shot there, but he was able to harass them a little bit, you know, kind of showed his presence. The Wehrmacht does have some grenadiers coming up here. This is his 2-star one that survived most of the match, but now they're going up against 2-star shock troopers at close range, and it's not going to go his way. As you can see, they are just getting absolutely shredded at close range. Yeah, so he just lost his 2-star grenadier squad, and he's gonna lose this machine gun now. Oh, maybe not actually. It looks like they came into range of this machine gun just long enough for to get pinned. Although this is kind of a dangerous spot for them to be, for everyone to be here. I don't know why you'd want a mortar right up against these shock troopers, even though they are pinned. If they get unpinned for even a second there, you're going to destroy that unit. The anti-tank gun did take some shots at it, but didn't do too much damage. These shock troopers are still doing pretty okay. It looks like most of the buildings have been built. Just trying to see here. Yeah, it looks like the majority of the buildings have been built. I think he's missing one building. Oh, that anti-tank gun took some pretty heavy damage from this shock trooper. It looks like, oh, this shock trooper picked up the MG42. So now it has an MG42 as well as all the close-range PPSHs. That is going to be a hell of a unit to deal with, infantry to infantry, in the later game now. He does have some more grenadiers now to back up the ones that he lost. His machine, his MG42 is now a 1-star. His mortar team is a 1-star now. Where did the T-70s go? Oh, here they come. They're on the move. They're going straight towards the enemy's base. It looks like he's going to come up north maybe and harass his base. I'm not sure. He might just be having them hold, or he might be pushing them straight into the enemy's base to give them a little bit of a how do you do. We'll have to see. Oh, the Wehrmacht did push a few troops up here, but the T-70s are going to absolutely do some work here, and you can see that the anti-tank gun is moving up, but Arias seemed to kind of know that, I guess, or maybe just knew that if he stayed there too long that would happen. So he did pull back out in time, but he controls all 3 points now, so you can see the Wehrmacht's points are bleeding out really fast. I would be surprised if we hit the 25-minute mark at this rate. The Wehrmacht had a pretty okay early game, but he got bullied out pretty harshly in this mid-game. Lost a bunch of units. I don't think the Soviets have lost any units yet. Yeah, I don't think they have. I'm pretty sure all of these units are the units they had at the start of the match. So that is gonna hurt anybody. And they might lose. I think they're gonna lose this grenadier group. Yes, they did. Okay, so they just lost another grenadier group who had an MG42. That's not good, because now these conscripts have an MG42. Oh, playback is over. What? Oh, Frosch surrendered. Okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of hope for him after that last kind of push there. The push for this point and then the push up here. After losing both of those, it is kind of understandable to quit this. He did have 2 anti-tank guns. Looks like he was going to try and take out those T-70s, but unless he had something really good and tricky up his sleeve, this was kind of a given at 160 versus 469. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this replay. If you have, leave a like and a comment. It really does help the channel out. But either way, you guys have a good one, and I will see you in the next episode.